Good day, my people, and welcome to the Way Forward Nigeria, where we discuss Nigerian issues and the best ways to tackle these issues. I am Anthony Kemizi, and today I'll be discussing on the forthcoming 2023 election. As we all know, the major issue, the cause of our problems in this nation, is bad leadership. Every other thing is secondary. The reason we need to ensure we get it right come 2023 election. This issue of leadership cannot be overemphasized. I am humbly urging every Nigerian to distance him or herself from the belief that irrespective of what we do, the situation of this nation is never going to change, because that is not true. There are tons of things yet to be done, and there are a lot of things we are doing the wrong way. And we cannot afford to make the very same mistake come 2023 election if we intend to get this nation working again. But before I go to these electoral mistakes and what we need to do to make sure we get it right come 2023, I must emphasize, and I'm not blaming Nigerians for the mistakes we've made in the past, because it's difficult to live in Nigeria. It's difficult to be a Nigerian. Every single thing you do in this nation is very difficult. For a fact, we are not living life in this nation. We're barely surviving in Nigeria. Poverty is everywhere. People are struggling to find food to eat. Currently, students are on strike because the federal government and the state government refuse to do what they are supposed to do. They refuse to properly take care of the educational sector, which is very vital in the survival of any nation. Nigeria is so difficult that the suffering commences at a very young age in Nigeria. Once you're done with your secondary education, to get admission becomes a huge problem. You get into the university, lecturers start frustrating you. Some lecturers, not all anyway. When you finally graduate from the university, you might have to wait for a year, waste one full year before you can go for NYSC. Once you're done with NYSC, you get hit with the reality of joblessness and unemployment in Nigeria. The health sector is in a very bad shape. Doctors are not appreciated in Nigeria. They're not even paid well in this nation. In terms of security, we are nearly at the Mariana Trench. Insecurity is the order of the day in this nation. People are now scared to travel. If you can't afford air travel, you will meet 1,001 policemen on the road, stopping you for the flimsiest of reasons, making life so difficult for everyone. Cost of living is increasing, but the salary of civil servants is fixed. Nobody's talking about it. Some state governors refuse to pay workers their salaries as well as pensioners. Some of them go to the length of slashing the salaries by 70%. They forget that the average cost of living is increasing yearly, and you're slashing the salaries of workers. Epileptic power supply, bad road. There is no plan for the nation. The federal government, the state government, no one is creating jobs for the people. As an average Nigerian, you decide to go buy a piece of land to build a house. The Ministry of Land in that state, they will come on you, frustrate you, exploit you, and extort money from you. Everything is difficult. You go to the banks, only one ATM machine is working. Just to withdraw your money, you have to stand in line for hours. Everything is difficult in Nigeria. Life is not easy in this nation. The reason I don't blame those who are doing everything they can to leave the shores of this nation. Parents are working so hard to make sure they send their kids abroad to a different country where they can experience true living and not just surviving. As a result of the actions of our non-performing leaders, millions of Nigerians are tempted on a daily basis to go into crime or do one thing or the other that is illegal just to get more money to meet their basic needs. It's not easy. I'm not justifying any illegal action or step taken by any Nigerian, but the temptation to do evil and do something illegal in Nigeria is so high, pumping out millions of graduates every year, and there's no job. The expectations of our parents after struggling to train their kids is so high, and that young man or that young woman leaves the university and there's nothing for him to do. Our leaders, they told the very easy part by saying education for self-employment. How easy is that? The leaders, were you able to employ yourself after you graduated from the university? How many people can employ themselves? Where is the capital to even start anything? Talk is cheap. Think of what you will do for the nation, not what the nation is going to do for you. How dare you say that to the Nigerian people? You think it's easy? That's why the number of Nigerians into fraud, Yahoo, and the number of our young ladies into runs has increased drastically. And don't get me wrong, I'm not supporting what they're doing. They decided to do that, so they should be blamed for whatever happens to them. But let me tell you something. I blame the Nigerian government more for the fraudulent activities of our young men and for the immoral activities of our young ladies. The nation is hard. It is difficult, and they made it so. Because our leaders failed to create an enabling environment for us, the people, to thrive. It is not easy in Nigeria. People are suffering. Our mothers, our parents are suffering. And a year and few months ago, we marched to the streets to protest for our rights, our basic needs. Not wants, basic needs. Our so-called elected leaders, they turned deaf ears, further annihilated us and humiliated us. Our beloved brothers and sisters lost their lives at Lekki Toll Gate. Till date, no one has been held accountable. Till date, our elected leaders keep denying it. This is the time to get justice for our brothers and sisters that lost their lives at Lekki Toll Gate. This is the time. And how do we do this? By making sure we elect the right leaders come 2023 elections. It's not the time to run away from our problems in Nigeria. This is not the time to ignore the problems of this nation. Ignoring a problem never solves the problem. Rather, it gets worse and comes back to haunt us tomorrow. And the reality is, all of us cannot leave Nigeria. Majority of us will be stuck in this nation. Our kids might to escape this nation. So the only way forward is making sure we fix the problems of this nation now by ensuring that we get our elections right. To do that, we need to make sure we elect the right leaders come 2023 by avoiding the mistakes we made during the last elections. I'm going to be discussing this in the next series, the electoral mistakes and how we can avoid and go about it. I cannot do this alone. You cannot do this alone. But together, we can get this nation back on its feet again. God bless you and God bless Nigeria. I am Anthony.